Hello and welcome back to this Let's Play of Deathmark. In the last episode we started searching this abandoned hotel and it was a little bit freaky because we couldn't go to the 4th floor. So I think... actually, no. Isn't there a room here? I think? With a door that we can't open? Maybe we can use the credit card or something to jimmy open. Put my hands on the door, try pulling. Doesn't move. I take out the credit card, but what do I do with it? I don't have any particular good ideas. Okay, maybe not then. Where are we using the credit card? There must be a place to use it. Oh, okay. Let's go down to 2. Go down. Down, down, down. Still so creepy. I get like jumped when I see that, thinking it's something's there. I take out the credit card. But what do I do with it? I don't have any particularly good ideas. I thought you could like use the credit card to jimmy this open. No? Am I wrong? Can you use a spoon? Oh, when I take a closer look, I spot a crack between the drawer and the top. The object flashing inside seems to be a lock stopper. If I stick something in there, I might be able to break the clasp and open it. Which is what I thought that the credit card is for. Okay, there we go. You just had to do it a couple of times? I don't know what the logic of that was. My mind made up, I take out the credit card. What are you going to do with a credit card? I want to try something. I don't know if it'll work though. I slowly push the credit card into the lock gap between the drawer and the top. It's a narrow fit, but I'm able to slide it in without resistance. The stopper is directly ahead, so if I keep sliding the card, there's a tiny bit of resistance and it abruptly unlocks. Wow, nice work. Truly the pinnacle of monkey evolution. She's so rude. I never really liked Hiroo. There's something about her that I never really liked. I wish it was literally anybody else. Is that really a compliment? In any case, I opened the drawer to find out. Got Mask Guestbook 201 and Mini Messenger. A battery operated messenger, huh? Well, I'll leave it up to your... I'll leave its use up to imagination. So there are more guest books after all. Let's see, what does it say? No, I'll look through this one. I firmly take the guest book from Hiroo. I just learned that it's better to not let her see anything too shocking. Oh, come on, I want to read through it for future reference. Our investigation takes priority. I quickly flick through the pages for a clue similar to what we found earlier. It doesn't take me long to find it. It's the last entry in the guest book, just like the other one we found. Something's up. The fuzz haven't come. Did release tattle? Mr. N is acting normally too. So hasn't been to Sa hasn't been to school recently. That's all I can make out. Sounds like the one we read earlier. This fully supports my earlier theory. Yeah, I guess so. There was definitely criminal activity going on here. Those vivid entries prove it. But why wasn't this reported? Good question. This entry makes it sound like she was being backed into a corner. So someone was plainly threatening to tattle. And it was someone they knew too. They wouldn't be this shaken otherwise. And supposedly this person reported it to the teach too. And the entry says that in the end the fuzz, aka the police, never came. We can't come to a conclusion just yet. All we can do is speculate. Oh? What was that? We both freeze for a moment. All is silent. Was there a noise from above just now? Yeah. Someone might be above us. On the 3rd floor? No one was around when we were there earlier. Should we go see? I silently nod. Let's go check out the creepiness. Save just in case. Okay. Oh no. Ugh. I'm not great at reading maps. And behind. There we go. There we go. Up we go. Prepare for spooks. Spookiness? The instant I step foot on the 3rd floor, I suddenly get a chill and stop in my tracks. Hmm? Did you find something? Nothing. Just as I'm replying to Hiroo. Sir? I hear a voice from behind me. I quickly turn around and shine my flashlight. Who is there? But all that's there is the door to the emergency stairs that we just came from. There's no one there. What's wrong? Did you not hear that voice? A girl's? The metal door screeched like a scream and... Oh, little girl, schoolgirl. Suddenly a girl in a solid raincoat is standing in front of us. There she is. She's... Wait, she's human? That ghost story was an utter lie? Hiroo, shh. Be quiet, I can hear something. Huh? A slithering whisper of a voice sneaks up to me. It's the voice of the girl in the raincoat. I'm so happy. I knew it. I'm so glad I trusted you, sir. Sir? Hiroo gives me an odd look from beside me at my muttering. It seems she can't hear the voice at all. I knew it. I knew it. I knew you'd come. But sir, who is that woman? The echoey voice is like ice, though strangely enough I don't feel hatred in it, just sadness, regret, and a quiet plea. I'm going to make sure. Make sure? Make sure of what? The logic side of me warns not to get pulled in. The raincoat flutters in the stagnant air. Live or die. Okay, live or die. Sir, do you come to places like this? Very often. Calm down. That's right, sir. I'm someone she respects. If I were someone she'd respect, how would I reply? It's my first time. Sometimes I come with my wife. I come with my wife. That sounds like a... Yeah, it's fine. Me and my wife like to have some alone time sometimes, you know? Yes, of course. Hey, sir, could you tell me, please? Another teacher told me that I'm heartless and don't treasure my friends. But if something's wrong, then it's wrong. What am I supposed to do? Which is more important, friends or what's right? I always think what's right. Friends, what's right, both are important. What's right is better than over friends. Okay, cool. Tell me one more thing, please. When people are selling and buying bad things, then who's in the wrong? Who's in the wrong? Buyers both the world. The world? Just in general? If they have to have bad things? Oh. No. The world's not wrong. Both? Does it matter? Well, I survived though. I'm so happy you're really him. All the immoral people died. I can just glimpse a twisted smile under the darkness of her hood. Who is this sir? More importantly, who in the world is this girl? Questions swirl around in my head. In that second of hesitation, she goes bye-bye. The figure of the girl sways like a pendulum and disappears into the staircase. And... Wait, you? Hiroo's so annoying. Hiroo dashes madly after her. Hiroo, don't go. I desperately call after her, but there's no reply. Her footsteps echo sharply up the stairs. Shit. I better follow her. New information was added to the spirit file. Encounter with Red Riding Hood. Let's read the spirit file. Encounter with Red Riding Hood. We meet a girl in a red raincoat inside the abandoned hotel. For some reason she calls me sir and asks me questions, as if she is wanting to confirm something. Before she vanishes, I hear her whisper, all the immoral people died. More pressing, Hiroo dashes up the stairs after her without me. It's too dangerous. I need to follow her. She ended up on the fourth floor. She's gone to the 4th floor? Go up. Can we get to the 4th floor now? I expected it, but sure enough, I'm back in the 3rd floor hallway. This doesn't seem to be a way to go up to a higher floor in this hotel. Some mystery power is at work here. But Hiroo dashed off to head upstairs from the 3rd floor. Maybe she's still on this floor then. If it's impossible to get to the 4th floor, then Hiroo could still be on this one. Could she? Are we checking in here? Are we checking in the rooms? Oh gosh. I step inside the guest room. Something's not right in here. Are those spider webs? Oh god, if there's spiders. Oh, even like animated spiders and game spiders I can't handle. Are those spiders' webs? When I entered just a while ago with Hiroo, these weren't here at all. It's hard to believe, but the room is covered in spider webs now. I hear the bathroom door open. Ugh, I thought it was going to be a spider. Whew, okay. Hiroo? So this is where you are. Hey, Hiroo? Are you listening to me? She's acting strangely. Concerned, I move closer when she suddenly starts taking off her clothes. Oh no, Hiroo! Hey! Then... Oh, well, hi, Hiroo? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do it in a room full of spiders' webs. That's not my kink. That's not what I'm into. She looks at me seductively from on top of the bed covered in spider webs. Ew, creep. I was waiting for you. I've been waiting for you so long. What are you doing? Every word from her lips drips honey. In contrast, my voice only gets shriller. This is so not like her at all. Is this really the same Hiroo? Kazuo. Hiroo gracefully slides over the bed and beckons me suggestively. Ooh, you are in a love hotel. What are you trying to say? Do you understand the situation we're in? Yeah, what does that matter? You're here, I'm here. Isn't that enough? Is she being possessed? Well, duh. Her pale thighs glow on the bedsheets as she poses seductively. She almost looks like a spider preparing to strike at her prey. Oh no. We don't have many spirit points left because of my stupid one before. We're all alone. Don't hold back. Take a good look. The red raincoat flashes before my eyes. Could it be Hiroo is acting like this because... Is she continuing the questions from earlier? If that's the case, a clue would be... Remember, what did she say before? Here, go on, look. What did she say before? I'd love to, no thanks. Have some shame. Have some shame! Oh, that can't be a good option, right? How is that the good option? Have some shame. Cover yourself, woman. How cute. Cough, cough. Hiroo suddenly starts coughing violently. Ugh. Huff, huff. It's hard to breathe. Please, my back. What about your back? Pat her on the back. Take her bra off. Rub her back. Pat her on the back. Is she choking? Oh gosh. Oh, Hiroo. The instant I touch her, her coughing stops. That feels good. Ooh. But I know. Hiroo suddenly lowers her voice. I tried hard during college and at work not to lose to men. But I'm all alone in the end. No one ever looks my way. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sure you're not interested in someone like me either, Kazuo. Using his first name. Not interested. I like younger girls. I like mature women. I depend on you. I depend on you. That's the sweetest option. Without being weird. There you go. Yeah, sweetest option without being weird. Okay, we did well. And I'm glad that the spirit points reset. That was good. Creepy laugh. And that bra doesn't seem to be fitting you. You probably should go get that checked out. Yeah, bras that fit. Hiroo's shrill laugh pierced into the madness. Hey, get it together! I shake her shoulders repeatedly, but she doesn't reply. It can't be, is she? Her personality has suddenly and dramatically shifted, and this crazy laughter. Cold sweat drips down my neck. This is almost like... What's going on? Is someone in here? Diamond, you came! Sorry I'm late. I rushed over as soon as the emergency patient was stable. Did something happen? I'm not sure, but... I quickly tell Diamond what's going on. He swiftly examines the laughing Hiroo and turns to me with his findings. No physical trauma, but her mind's confused. She needs to be hospitalized. We're on the 3rd floor. How do we get her out? Just pick her up! I've learned a patient carry. We just need to get her on her back. Come on, we need to hurry. If she's been poisoned, then time is everything. Poisoned? Right, I'll help. Oh, there's a poisonous spiders. That's even worse. Oh, that's disgusting. I hate spiders. Spooky hotel. It was a bizarre and horrible night. In the end, Hiroo kept cackling as we carried her out of the hotel. We put her in an ambulance and Diamond rode with her to the hospital. The sirens blast through the night. Exhaustion bears down on me and I find that I need to sit down. When I come back to my senses and look up, the rain has already stopped. So I don't like Hiroo. Why did she just run off? That's so silly. The moment I get back to the mansion, I collapse on the sofa. Gah. Fury rises within me without an outlet. Why? Why is this happening again? I'm sure I sealed Mary. So then why? Why again? The image of Hiroo earlier fixes in my mind. What, her nakedness? A bit weird. Don't think it's the time for that. I have to do something. Something. Her shrill laugh echoes in my ears. Use talk to continue to the next day. Save. Did we read? Yeah. There wasn't anything new. Oh, the guest book and the mini messenger. Okay. I don't think there's anything new there. Should we just go to the next day? Rest for today. That's right. I have to investigate again tomorrow. Once I'm done looking things up, I should go to bed early. Ooh. Hiroo's now crazy. Now who gets what they deserve? That's so mean, I shouldn't say that. I hear the rumble of something heavy moving around as I'm half asleep. Is someone here? My brain is too sluggish for thought. I couldn't say how long I slept. I remember it being dawn, but... A loud noise makes me spring upright. Oh, Suzu! Young eyes are staring at me. I am so sorry. I woke you up. Suzu? What are you doing here? The room was messy, so I thought I'd clean it for you. Sorry, I didn't ask permission first. Also, you just broke into a house, like... That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, are you awake? Christy! Geez, you're a little too careless. Christy, you're here too? She shrugs and sighs dramatically, very neatly rolling her eyes at me. You left the front door unlocked. Were you out investigating until late? It's not good to sleep on the sofa. I guess I didn't have the energy to make it up to my bedroom last night. Was I that tired? Yeah, something like that. Take better care of yourself. Oh, do you want some coffee? No, I'm fine for now. More importantly, why are you here? Christy glances over at me and huffs. I'm dropping off reports from Mr. Detective. Mr. Detective? It must be research from Ishida's case. But who'd thought Christy would listen to a request from Ishida? That man is the worst. The attitude he had when asking for a favour. If I didn't owe you, I'd flat out have told him no. Guess she didn't agree because she wanted to. I understand, but why is Suzu here? I told her about my visit and invited her. We exchanged numbers a while back. Yes, she certainly surprised me, suddenly asking to be friends. It's the first time I've been friends with an adult. Crispy whispered to me. I mean, I can't help it but be worried. I have to make sure that creepy otaku isn't doing anything weird to her. Oh, poor Yuta. I don't think he would be like that. I think he's more like an older brother type than a creepy, I wanna date this little girl type. They go after children sometimes. I don't think he's like that. So that's why. She was worried because Iita's so forward. No, more likely because Suzu is too innocent. But I'm a little relieved. You didn't seem very well when I was here before, so I've been worried. Did I seem that bad? I'm much better now, thanks. Did I seem that bad? You look well now, though. I wish Iita could have come with us. But he's working at the factory today. Oh, he's got himself a job. Sounds like Iita started working seriously. It's never too late to start something. I hope he tries hard. So moving on to the matter at hand. You heard how the owner of that hotel went missing, right? I have connections with the copy editor of that article, so I asked her. And sure enough, her expression clouds over. The hotel and rumours of its illegal services were juicy news for the media. They even knew that there was a mediator organisation managing it. The reporters looking into the flow of cash actually got some concrete proof. This telling of the story is fascinating because Christy used to be in the media herself. The things recorded in the guest books we found might have been connected. But before we talk about it... Suzu, sorry, but would you mind doing some more cleaning? I've been putting it off for a long time, so the second floor is a giant mess too. Oh, okay, I can do that. I'll borrow your cleaning supplies then. Oh, he doesn't want her to hear about all the weird sexcapades in the weird hotel. Suzu skips up the stairs. Christy seems to immediately catch on. Not exactly a topic for kids' ears, huh? I'm sorry, I didn't realise. No, it really is messy up there. Anyways, tell us more. Yeah, so the media at the time should have been pursuing the heart of the matter, but it's likely this case was hardly reported on. The media caught wind of the story, so the police should have been briefed on it as well. And yet what took place in Masquerade is shrouded in darkness. It seems something's behind all of this. Behind? What do you mean? I don't know if this is true or not, but they had a whole list of all the Masquerade customers. Famous politicians and businessmen were on it. As always. And that reporter who got the proof up and went missing. Up and went missing, I guess. A number of freelancers on the case also went missing, apparently. Oh, that's creepy. That's horrible. Those are the only words I can find to describe it. You're telling me it's an outrage to silence those who are seeking the truth. It's bad, but at least be a little bit better if it was the work of a regular human. The work of regular humans? What do you mean by that? Exactly what it sounds like. The truth is, I tell Christy about what happened yesterday, what we found in the hotel and what happened to Hiroo. The colour drains from Christy's face until she's as white as a sheet. Suzu, we're leaving. With her sudden yell, Christy stands up and prepares to leave. What's wrong? No one told me. What? No one said a single thing about spirits like that being involved. I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I'm never going to face a spirit again. And I'm not just thinking about me. I don't want Suzu going through that either. Thinking about it, it makes sense. No one has the right to drag Christy and Suzu into a case like this, especially me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you involved. The research you've done is enough, so don't concern yourself about it anymore. Christy looks at me in stunned surprise. No, I should be the one apologising. I owe you. You did everything you could to save us. But we... Is something the matter? Suzu re-enters the room. I don't know how I can read that word. Re-enters the room, head tilted in confusion. I just remembered something I have to do, so we need to leave. Sorry. You can keep cleaning next time, okay? Okay, I understand. Bless Suzu. Suzu nods as though she looks suspicious. She's very perceptive. She has to have picked up the strained air between us. Well then, see you, Mr. Ishiki. Right, thanks for coming all this way. You were a great help. I'm very grateful. Christy quickly bows to me, her expression inscrutable. Excuse us. I'll come again sometime, okay? Suzu puts her hands together and bows politely. Then she whispers in my ear so Christy can't overhear. I'm so sorry. I caught a little bit of what you were talking about earlier, so I contacted Ita. I'm sure he'll be helpful. Oh. To be honest, I can't imagine Ita being very useful, but Suzu has good intentions, so I nod. Thanks, that helps. Bless her! I do my best to smile as I see them out of the mansion. I need to get ready soon and head out. Info was added to the spirit file. Christie's information. What does Christie's information say? Red Riding Hood. Christie's information. I'm awakened by a noise the next morning and find that Christy and Suzu are here. Mashita asked Christy to bring me the results of his research on the hotel. Seems the place was famous for providing illegal services, though it was never reported to the police. It must have been because some of the guests were allegedly political bigwigs. Oh. Interesting. Let's do a savey save. And on that note, I think I will end this episode here before we get into any more juiciness. We'll save that for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down what your favourite part of this episode was. And I will catch you in the next episode. See you. Bye.